everyone, welcome back to the homestead. Well, as you can tell, I'm not really at the homestead right now. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to be talking about what in the world I've been doing in these past 2 weeks that I have not really been posting. A lot of changes, some good, some bad, about my move back to the country. So we're going to talk about that today. But real quickly, we're going to get into the intro so we can talk and discuss on what's happening, because a lot has changed, a lot. I mean, pretty much everything that I had planned is not happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into the intro. But first, if you are new here, hey, I am Casey from Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead. And I was a city boy that moved out to the country, but then I moved back to the city. But now I'm planning to move back to the country. God willing. So if you are enjoying these type of videos, whether it's cooking from scratch, baking, backyard chickens, homesteading in general, I hope you go ahead and press that subscribe button. Press the bell, because then YouTube will notify you anytime that I put out new videos. Because this random, but we're coming up on Vlogmas. I'll be posting every day in the month of December. So anyways, I hope you join me for my little crazy adventure. And let's go ahead and get into that intro.
Ormsby Farms and the Halfway Homestead.
Alrighty, even though it doesn't look that bright, it's gonna be bright in different places. So I'm gonna just keep glasses on and I'm gonna be looking towards the road probably, but we're gonna be chit-chatting, y'all. Chit-chatting. So, where to start? Where have I been for the 2 weeks that I haven't posted videos? I mean, of course you've seen me on the podcast and the radio show. But I've kept things pretty quiet, which I wanted to change that and do that video, because one thing that I did is I promised myself that I'd be very open and honest about struggles and the journey of moving back out to the country. There has been many times that I have sat and been so upset on why I even moved in the first place. But everything is lessons that you learn. And I always say that when God closes a door, he opens a window. And I feel that he has opened a window for me. It just is going to take a little bit more struggle for my big butt to climb out of that window instead of just walking through a door. You know what I mean? So, past videos, and I'll leave a little video overlays here, is I was looking for land. My goal was I was going to buy some land, some undeveloped land, and completely build my dream homestead on it. Everything was planned, everything was gung-ho, so ready, and went and looked at some land, and I found one that I really liked. Back in the area, one of my friends met me out there, and I shot it for a video, really enjoyed that land. So, went ahead, the process got approved, and we were heading towards closing. And it was a 5-acre plot, and it needed a lot of clearing, but I had another buddy who was going to do a lot of the clearing for a wonderful price. I call it the family and friends price. He is so wonderful. Him and his wife are just absolutely wonderful, and they do land clearing. So everything seemed like it was moving the way it was supposed to. Had to take off the glasses because it is not that bright. Everything felt like it was moving the way it was supposed to, until I got closer to closing. And of course, like the loan officer does, they call and they go over your contract with you before you go into the closing with the attorneys. And I had noticed that when I was purchasing the land, the price they were asking per month, because it was an owner financed, and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. I will have it paid off, y'all. Paid off in like 6-7 years, tops. And then all I have is just with the property that I put, the house that I put on there. He's going through it, repeats the down payment, repeats the monthly charge, and he says for 30 years. I said, oop, 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 whoop, whoop, beep, beep. Let's stop for a minute and talk about this, because that would put it at, and I did a little calculation, and it was about $80,000 over what the asking price was. Now, I knew it would be a little bit over because they were putting in my escrow for the land, and my property tax. So I'd be paying property tax on top of what I was paying for the land, which I understood that. But I didn't know that there was nearly $25,000 in back taxes that were owed. It completely broke my heart to know that someone would try to screw me all the way that way. I knew that it happened, and this was kind of my first time by myself buying and not buying with family. So I knew that I had to kind of keep my wits about me. But it is very sad that good Christian people, well, I don't know if I would call them that, would try to screw somebody out of that much money, because basically what these companies do is they buy it foreclosed on tax sale, and then they try to sell it before the taxes are due, and then the new owners just have all of those back taxes they have to pay. So that was very depressing, because I was like, yep, no, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cancel that, because I'm not paying anybody's back taxes. I pay my bills, I pay them on time, and we're not going down that road. So it was very sad that had fallen through, because when looking at other places for land, my credit was just not where it needed to be to get anywhere else that actually had property on it or any other type of loan besides the owner financing. And I just got into a really sad, depressed state for a couple days, because I thought, this is the end of my journey. I'm not going to be able to do this. I've worked so hard to even get to the credit score that I'm at. I made all these mistakes in my younger years, and now I'm paying for them now, when I really just want to be on land and live my homesteading life. Until I thought, you know what, while I'm looking, I need to see if I can't find a rental property. Out in that area, there's tons of rental properties, and that area is mainly homesteaders and farmers and country folk. So they would definitely understand my situation. I can do that, be able to move back there sooner, blase, blase. And so I brightened up a little bit. So I started looking, and let me tell you, the struggle is real on pricing of what people are charging for rent now, and that a lot of people are not even doing any, not allowing any animals. We're talking not even dogs or cats in a country area. It's bizarre to me. It took a lot of digging and, I don't want to say begging, but sweet talking, some agents, who of course are the first person before the owners, saying, hey, I'm a good tenant, I promise. I'm a YouTuber, you can go look at my videos and show that I don't trash things, I promise. And that leads us to today. So today I am going in to look at a couple rental properties that I could possibly be moving into in the next couple of months. I'm excited, but the only thing is, a lot of the rental properties that I want in the price range that I need don't have the land. And I had to remember, I have to remember my dear friend Sandy, another one of my really good friends, Carmen, over at Jesus Loving Homesteader. Both of them ladies have smaller properties, but they're able to do a lot on their homestead. So I have to keep that in my mind, like, Casey, you don't need 4 billion acres to run a homestead. So that's where I am. We're going in, and I'm going to take you along to look at the houses today. One thing that I am kind of wanting to look at is, to save money, I would love for the home to have either a wood-burning stove or a fireplace for heating, because electric heating is expensive. And I'm on a very tight income, and I want to be able to live my best life and still pay my bills. So I'm looking for that. That's one that I'm looking for. And then we'll talk more about how I'm planning on shopping once a year to save money, doing a giant bulk buying at the beginning of the year. So let's go ahead and let me drive into Milledgeville, and I will get back with you once I get in Milledgeville. Well, the first two properties are a big old solid flop. I don't see why people have to embellish what is there, because people are going to come and see the property and actually know that it's really not the acreage that you say it is. And then the second one, when we did the tour, I was asking questions. I was like, well, I come with chickens. And they were like, oh yeah, we don't accept chickens. Let me tell you, it is crazy how places out here in the boonies don't accept chickens. Well, now we're off to a third one. I don't know, y'all. No high hopes for this one. So I'll see you once I get to the third one. Alrighty, so we're about to pull up to the third property. We just had some lunch. And again, I'm just nervous about, well, even seeing the property. I don't know. Because the first two properties, I don't know what to think. So if I'm able to take some video, I will show you some video of this one. So let's go ahead and go to the third property. Alright guys, let me just tell you, it's nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. We had to do kind of like a self-tour. It's definitely not the size that they said online. Or maybe it is, and I'm just so used to other acreage that it just looked really small. I don't know. But I mean, I guess we could... Let me come back. I have someone calling me. All right, y'all. I just talked to one of my friends on the phone, and she has a friend that they know that is renting a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on 5 acres around the corner. And so talked to her and then talked to him, and I'm going to go look at that. And I'm actually kind of excited. My stomach's a little like, because Brianna, my friend, knows. Hopefully she doesn't mind me like putting her name all out there. But she was the one that went to look at the land with me. So she knows what I'm looking for. She's a homestead girl herself. So I'm really excited, because if Brianna's saying to go look at it, I'm down for the get down. So, woo! So, I may kind of like tease y'all and not show a video. So y'all, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you are liking and subscribing so you can see what my final decision is. Because this could be the one. I don't know. Could this be the one that moves me back out here to the country? Don't know. Y'all are going to have to go ahead and subscribe and press that bell icon, because you'll be notified anytime that I put new videos out on my channel. But also follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, all at Ormsby Farms. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. Be blessed.